There's been a lot of things that has been achieved in terms of advocacy. So we've been able to talk to different stakeholders about what we do. There's been a lot of discussions about recycling. We've been able to launch a Recycling on the Go program with the schools. In Janaran College, for example, we've had 24 ROG ambassadors who are active advocates in that space. And we've had a workshop with the waste picker communities. So in Fiji, in last year, for example, we did a workshop with 16 women from Lautoka, and that workshop was done with Fiji Women's Crisis Center and Fiji Cancer Society and IUCN. It was about empowering these women on their human rights, gender, as well as legal literacy, financial literacy, and things like that. Plus, we've also engaged heavily in research work. So besides the awareness, advocacy, and working with the individuals engaged in that space, we are also actively looking at different research space as well. So the funding has been, because we are an offshoot of Waste Recyclers Fiji Limited, at the very beginning we didn't have any funds. So as many foundations, as many organizations started, we began to self-fund ourselves. Personally, like some of us who have not been on any salary or anything like that to run the foundation, and that's the decision we all made in knowing that that's how it is going to be. We've had support from different organizations such as IUCN, and we've also had in recent times support from USAID, Clean Cities Blue Oceans program, and we've also had support from an international organization, WAGO, that supports informal waste picking communities. Yeah. So it's again, we've always been engaged in that space. So when providing support, and why we say the word structured support is important, because these groups really you don't want a sense of dependency to be created. These are individuals who are doing important work, and the way we have always provided them support is through empowering methods such as workshops or referring them to agencies if they need referral pathways, and also ensuring that they have access to basic health facilities and things like that. But more importantly, in the next month, we are doing a mapping exercise in Fiji, where we will be mapping these individuals and where they stay, what challenges they face, so we get to know their stories a bit better and their issues a bit better, and we'll let everybody know once the mapping exercise is finished the outcome of that. And after that, we want to ensure that we provide very structured support to them. For example, we have just secured a funding from DFAT to create washroom facilities for a group in Lautoka for these CPRs. It just came in yesterday on the eve of our 1 year. So we are going to have a discussion with these groups, because many of these waste pickers, when they go out to dump sites, they don't have access to water, they don't have access to washrooms and things like that, and they have to walk miles to get access to that. So we want to make sure that their workplace is actually a bit, there's dignity involved in the work that they do. So in different places we don't have an accurate number. That's why we want to do a formal mapping exercise and register them with our organization. But it ranges. For example, in Lautoka you've got about 60 individuals. In Reki there's about 20-30 individuals. In Ba there is about 20-30 individuals, and it's also very informal. So people sometimes start doing waste picking, then they exit, they start doing it again. One thing that we recognize is the women waste pickers are usually more consistent, and they stay, and some of them have been doing waste picking for several years, but it's very informal. So we'll be able to give very accurate data after we do our mapping exercise this year.